Hello! I am so sorry I can't be with you all this week in Junior Church, so I thought I'd read you our story instead. It's about a generous rabbit. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I should begin. Rabbit shivered. Rabbit sneezed. The snow rose up to Rabbit's nose. Rabbit rubbed her empty belly. Rabbit was hungry and tired and cold. Then Rabbit stumbled across 2 turnips near the trunk of a tall pine tree. She hopped for joy, picked up the turnips and carried them all the way home. Rabbit gobbled up the first turnip. Then she got to the second. She was full. I bet my friend Donkey could use this turnip, Rabbit thought. So she hopped all the way to the donkey's house and, because Donkey was not at home, she left the turnip in Donkey's dish. Donkey was looking for food as well. Donkey shivered. Donkey sneezed. The snow rose up to Donkey's knees. Donkey rubbed his empty belly. He was tired and hungry and cold. Then Donkey spied 2 potatoes near a fence in the farmer's field. So he gave a happy ee-aw, picked up the potatoes and carried them home. Donkey gobbled up both potatoes, and then he noticed that a turnip had mysteriously appeared in his dish. And how did that get there? Donkey wondered, and being much too full to eat, Donkey thought of a friend, his sheep. So Donkey carried the turnip to Sheep's house, and because Sheep was not at home, Donkey left the turnip on Sheep's soft bed of straw. Sheep was looking for food as well. Sheep shivered. Sheep sneezed. The snow rose up to Sheep's woolly tail. Sheep rubbed her empty belly. She was tired and hungry and cold. Then Sheep spotted a cabbage in the shadow of a snow-covered bush. So she bleated a happy hooray and picked up the cabbage and carried it home. Sheep gobbled up the cabbage, and then she noticed that a turnip had mysteriously appeared on her bed. Now, how did that get there? Sheep wondered. And being much too full to eat it, she thought of her friend Squirrel. So Sheep carried the turnip to Squirrel's house. Because Squirrel was not at home, she shoved the turnip into Squirrel's tree trunk hole. Squirrel was looking for food as well, just like everyone else. Squirrel shivered, Squirrel sneezed. Then the snow rose up to Squirrel's ears. Squirrel rubbed his empty belly. He was tired and hungry and cold. And then Squirrel sniffed out a few nuts buried deep in the snowy soil. Squirrel was so excited that he shook his bushy tail. Then he carried the nuts back to his house. When he got there, however, he couldn't get in. Someone had shoved a turnip into his tree trunk hole. Now how did that get there? Squirrel wondered, and as he gobbled up the nuts, he thought of a friend who could surely use something to eat. So he pulled the turnip out the hole and pushed it through the snow, all the way to Rabbit's house. Rabbit was asleep, so Squirrel left the turnip by her side and crept quietly back home. When Rabbit awoke, she was no longer tired, she was no longer cold, but she was hungry again. I wish I kept that extra turnip, she thought, and when she opened her eyes, there it was right beside her. Now how did that get there? Rabbit wondered. Then she gobbled it up until she was full. Hope you enjoyed that story, guys. I certainly enjoyed reading it to you. Well, good luck with the craft activities, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.